Assalamualaikum. Welcome to this video tutorial on Windows Phone 8 for students at King Faisal University and for others who want to learn mobile app development. This is part 10 in the series entitled Random Class for Windows Phone 8 App Development using C#. The random class in C# is a number generator from a set of numbers based on specified requirements. The methods that we can use here are next, next with one argument, and next with two arguments. For our first app, we will allow a user to enter a question answerable by yes or no, and click a button to trigger the display of either yes or no. We will randomize 0 to 99, with 50 and above as yes and the rest as no. Let's create a new project. Let's name it app 10_1. Okay. Let's first change our title panel. Let's make the first text app 10_1 and our page name, let's change it to Ask the Wizard. Let's click our content panel. Let's double click a text block, a text box, and a button. Okay. The button, let's move a little in the middle. The text box also here, let's make it bigger, and the text block above the text box. Let's change the text of the text box. Let's start with the text block. Let's put a comment here. Enter your question that is answerable by yes or no. Okay. This one, just delete the text, and our button, let's name it to button 1. The content, click me for the answer. Okay, sometimes I'm changing it in the SAML, sometimes in the properties. Both will work. Okay. We need another text block for the answer. That is for the yes or no. Okay. There's our text block. Put it here. Let's just change the size of our text block. Let's make it a little bigger, 50. Maybe the question we can also make it bigger. Let's change the name, text block 1, and then let's put some layout on here. Maybe we can align it on the center. Okay, that's it. This one, let's also change the size. You can change it to 40. That's for the question. Now let's double click the button. Let's first instantiate the random class. Let's name it rnd is equal to new random. Now we'll create a variable integer that will hold the random number. Let's use from 0 to 99, so we can just place here one argument 100, so that means from 0 to 100 minus 1 or 99. So if the value of ans is greater than 50, then we will set the text property of text block 1 there to a big yes, else we will set the text block 1 text equal to a big no. We need a semicolon here also. So let's try to run our app. Okay, so let's ask a question to our wizard. Am I handsome? Liar. This app is totally wrong. Well, forgive me for that. Oh, if you want to see how the numbers are changing, you can put the variable here and plus, and then there's the yes. Let's just put a space, or here and here and plus, and let's just put a space. And then let's try to run it again. So if we ask a question, anything, I cute, please say yes. Wow! So you can see the number. Let's click it again. Now it's no, and then 95 yes, and 32 no. Okay, so for our second app, we will generate two integers from 1 to 100 using random class again, and we will ask the user to guess their sum. We will display got it if it's correct, otherwise we will display sorry. So let's create our new project, file new project, and this time we're going to name it app10_2. Click OK and another OK. Let's change our text blocks in the title panel. This is app10_2, and this one, let's change it to adding game. Next, we go to our grid and then toolbox. For a starter, we need 3 text blocks, 1, 2, and 3, and a button. Let's put the button, let's put the button in the middle. The last text block on the right, another text block in the center, and another text block on the left. We'll try to change the text of this text blocks to 0 and their size to 100 so that it will be a little bigger. But actually this one in the middle should not be 0 but plus symbol. Okay. And this button, we're going to name it the button 1, and we'll change the content to start. The first text block, we'll name it to tbk1, and the second text block to tbk2. Next, we need another text block, a text box, a button, and another text block. Okay, just the button, we'll put it on the right, make it a little smaller. We'll call this button 2, and we change the content to go. The text box, we're going to make it a little smaller. We'll put it beside our button. One text block, we'll put it above the text block, and we'll change the text to your answer here. And we forgot to name our text block, so let's make it tbx1, and we'll change the input scope to numbers so that the user can only enter numbers, and we'll delete the text box in the text. And the last one is this text block. Let's put it a little above. We'll name it a text block 3. We'll just put a dash for our text and align it center horizontally, and let's just change the size 100 pixels. Okay, so we're done with our design. Now we can create our events. Let's start with the first button. This is to generate the numbers. So first we have to instantiate our random class using rnd is equal to new random, correct, there. Now we can instantiate our numbers. We need to call this in another method, so we'll just declare them outside so that it will become like public for the whole class, num1 and num2. So num1 will be equal to rnd dot next, and we'll have two arguments, 1 to 100. So that means from 1 to 100. The same for num2 is equal to rnd dot next from 1 to 100. So the numbers that will be generated are from 1 to 100. Now those numbers that will be generated, we will put them in our text blocks. Num1, we will put it in text block 1. So that will be num1 dot to string. And also, oops, sorry, I want to copy only this line. Control C, Control B. The second one is for num2, which we will place in text block 2 or tbk2. Let's also change tbk3 dot text to nothing, and also our text box 1 dot text there to nothing. Now let's create our event for the second button. This is the go button. This is to check if we got it correctly. So we need one variable, let's say guess. This will actually be the content of our text block. So we'll convert it to int32. There, int32. That from text box 1. Okay, now we can compare it. If the guess of the user is equal to num1 plus num2, that's the sum of the two numbers, then we can put in our text block 3 dot text got it. Else we will put in our text block 3 dot text sorry. Class, let's try to run it in our emulator. Let's start. 44 plus 6, this is easy. 50. Let's click go. Got it. Let's have another setup number. Let's make it wrong. 100. Go. Sorry. Well, congratulations. We just finished using random class in Windows Phone 8. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Masalama.